and welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige and this is Paige CFB, where we discuss all things college football all the time. Now today we're going to be talking about the college football playoffs. I apologize that this video is late. Again, I was sick, that's why my voice sounds really weird right now, but let's get into it because there's some really great things to discuss. Okay, so the first game we're going to talk about is the Peach Bowl between Oklahoma and LSU. Now, LSU is the favorite in this game and really predicted to win pretty big. And Oklahoma comes into this game probably feeling a little bit disrespected. They don't feel like they belong with the other teams. They're kind of being told that they don't. And you also have the LSU players running their mouth. And I just want to read this quote because it's LSU linebacker Patrick McQueen's quote is, "O-line not great, running backs not great. We are going to dominate them. I am very confident in what we got." Now, I do think LSU is the better team by a lot, but when you let your players go out and say things like that, that's just locker room material for the other team. And OU again comes in definitely the underdog in this game, so I don't really understand why you would allow them to have even more of a chip on their shoulder coming to the game. It's pretty bad overall. Oklahoma's really only hope is if they can come into this game and score big, score a lot. They need to really score on pretty much every possession because LSU has a good offense and Oklahoma has literally no defense almost. That's not totally fair, but Oklahoma needs to score high. That's the way they win games. And if they don't do that, and if they start stalling on possessions or LSU is really able to stop them, it's going to be a tough game for Oklahoma. Ultimately, I think that LSU comes out with a victory, but because of the locker room material that LSU has given to them, the locker room material the media has given, I think Oklahoma will have a little bit closer game than they necessarily are expected to. So I'm going with LSU. I think Oklahoma plays it a little bit closer than what the line is, but LSU ultimately I think is the better team. They've been dominant all season. They've played some really great teams and won convincingly in most cases. So I think that definitely LSU is going to win this game. So for our other playoff game, we obviously have Clemson and Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl. Now, Clemson this year is a little bit untested. They kind of feel like they've been disrespected because they're ranked number 3 right now, even though they won the national championship game last year, and they actually are on a 28-game winning streak, the longest I think in college football right now, or at least in D1. So that said, they feel like they've been disrespected coming in ranked number 3, but really when you look at their schedule, you can't argue that they just haven't played anybody. Like, their best opponents, their best wins are Virginia and Texas A&M. And Texas A&M lost to Auburn, Alabama, LSU, Georgia. So it's not like A&M's even that signature of a victory. And then, Virginia ranked number 24. I don't know if they're still ranked that. They may have dropped out of the rankings after that game. So there's no real signature victories for Clemson, but they have won very convincingly, winning their last 8 games, I think, by 30. So they can't really do more than they've done necessarily, but unfortunately strength of schedule has really hurt them in perception. They're coming in with a chip on their shoulder that Dabo Swinney is trying to feed all day long. He wants them to understand that people don't expect us to win, and he's trying to make sure that the players are in this mindset of an underdog when really they're favored, and they're the ones that actually most of the sports media is predicting to win. Now, Ohio State comes in, and they've had some actually pretty decent opponents, They've played Penn State, they've played Michigan, they've played Wisconsin twice. So they actually have some signature wins. They have some more battle testing. That said, Clemson is probably the better team, but Ohio State, again, they have this experience level that's a little bit higher. Justin Fields is playing good, but Trevor Lawrence is still probably the better of the 2 quarterbacks, and ultimately I do think Clemson wins, but it's going to be hard to tell just because, again, there's not that battle testing from Clemson, so they're kind of a wild card out there, and I really sat down and kind of tried to think about this game and read about it and try and figure it out, but really the truth is Clemson's untested, so we don't really know exactly how good Clemson is. We're going to see that on Saturday. I think it's going to be a great game, probably very close, but I think Clemson probably has the edge in this game, but it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be a really tough game for them, and it's really going to be their first tough game of the year. So we'll see. We'll see what Ohio State can do with that. Now for the moment that we've all been waiting for, I'm going to have Welly do his picks. Now if you haven't watched his picks video for the regular bowl season, I'm going to link that down below so you can see who he picked, and he's had a pretty good record so far, right Welly? So pretty good record so far. I think he's only lost like 1, maybe 2 games. So he's been doing really good with his picks. We'll see how that goes. But he's going to do his playoff picks, let you know who he thinks is going to win the college football playoff games. And basically the way this works is whichever bowl he eats out of first, they'll both have a treat in them. That's the winner that he's predicting. Now if he eats the other treat, which he's going to do, that doesn't matter. It's whichever one he picks first. So we'll get to see who he thinks is going to win the college football playoffs. 1, 2. You see him? You see both? Okay. Ready, set, go. You see him? Okay. Ready? Go. Obviously, Welly and I actually agree on these games, which is pretty exciting because Welly has been pretty good at picking the bowl winners so far. He's been quite lucky or quite smart, whatever you want to say. So I feel a little bit better about my picks just because Welly has been pretty successful at picking, and now we actually agree on these games, which is great. I think these will both be really exciting games. I think it'll be fun to watch, and I'm excited to see who comes out victorious and gets to go to the national championship game. I will be making a video predicting who I think will win the national championship game after the semifinals are over, and Welly will also contribute picking his winner for the national championship game. So make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel so that you can make sure you don't miss that video. I'm also again linking down below Welly's original picks video of all the other bowl games that are not playoff games. So if you want to see more of what Welly picks, definitely check that out. Thank you guys for watching.